What's up guys, this is my 2003 CBR600RR. Now, today what we're going to do is I'm going to give you an in-depth review of this bike. Now, since it's mine and since we've had it for quite a while, I know a lot about this motorcycle. So I can give you the good, the bad, and everything in between. There's some things that make you fall in love and make you not possible to do anything else than love the bike. But there are also a few things that are really annoying. Now, before we get into the road test, I'm going to cut and give you all the technical specs, and then we're going to do a road test, and then I'm going to give you the 5 things I love and the 5 things I hate about this motorcycle. The 2003 to 2006 CBR600RR is a 599cc 4-stroke 4-cylinder that makes 120 horsepower and 64 Nm of torque. The engine revs nice and high, and trust me, you want to be higher in the rev range. The red line is set at 15,000 RPM and the bike makes peak power at 13,000 RPM. She weighs around 169 kilograms dry, and it is a really agile motorcycle. Now, this bike does have a few notable technologies and features. The CBR has a dual-stage fuel injection system that features 2 injectors per cylinder. Under 5,000 RPM, only one of these 2 injectors will work. As soon as you get over 5,000 RPM, the second injector kicks in. Well, this injector setup helps with fuel economy and overall horsepower. The bike also features a Unit Pro Link rear suspension and swing arm designed and inspired by the RC211V, the amazing MotoGP 5-cylinder race bike. And then this is not really like a fancy technology, but it's got a really good looking center exhaust, which increases lean angle and wind drag. Bonus feature, a built-in seat warmer, since it gets quite warm. Now onto the actual road test. Okay, so now onto the road test. Let's close that. Look how sexy she looks. Wow, that center exhaust. It's just beautiful. Alrighty, let's get into the road review. Okay, alright. So yeah, you just saw that. Cool. Hopefully the mic's okay. So normally I use a dedicated, I don't know what you call it, those tiny little mics. But for some reason it's not working. So this is the second time I've done the road review. I'm not even gonna lie, I hate the sand on the road. But yeah, so let's get into it. The first thing you'll notice is it's not a hard riding motorcycle. Like, I'm a light guy, I don't weigh a lot, which means motorcycles normally I feel everything. But this one is not bad. Doesn't feel where's my marks, dude. But the one problem with it being light is you feel like you need a steering dampener on this motorcycle. Like, especially at higher speeds. If you leave the steering wheel, like, I'm a guy that likes to do this. Sit a bit back. But this bike is so loose that as soon as you go at speed and you leave it, it starts to shake. Which isn't very nice, not good feeling. It's something you would like not to have happen. See, no talk. Okay, anyways. Sorry, I'm back to it. But the other thing that's good with it being that light is it's so maneuverable. Like, you can just throw it. It's really just like, you can just throw it anywhere you want. If you were, let's say, there's a corner in the front there, there's not effort to get the bike to lean. It's literally, you can just cup it into the corner and not care too much about it. It's just easy. Sorry about the accent every now and again. I don't know what's wrong with my brain. Anyways, so it is a lot of fun in the corners as long as both of your hands are on the steering wheel or on the bars. It's fine. It's just when you leave it, it starts to have a bit of a wobble. It's a lot of fun in the corners, I'm not gonna lie. This is probably one of the most fun bikes in the corners you can buy. But I think that's the truth with all 600cc sports bikes, because they weigh absolutely nothing. Biggest problem is just that torque, out of the corner acceleration. You have to downshift in the corner, otherwise you're not gonna have power coming out of it. And I don't know, like there, I didn't downshift, didn't think about it, and then when I came out of the corner, opened the throttle, and there was just nothing there. So that's the bad thing with the low torque. But I mean, when you buy a 600, you don't expect to have a torque monster. You know it's only going to have power above 10, 11,000 RPM. It's not just this 600, it's basically all of them. Cruising along, the bike's not bad at all. Remember, it's got that double injector thing, so it's nice and light on fuel when you're just riding along. And when you open it up, at the top point, you see that shake? At the top point of the RPM, it does tend to have a lot of grunt power. It's not scary at all. Like, this bike's not fast. It's not slow. Okay, that not saying it's not fast is stupid. It's fast, but it's not like that 1000cc scary. The thing wants to pick up the whole time. It's not that feeling. Like, how can I say this? This bike doesn't turn my stomach. So the big 1000cc's, when I open them up and the wheel wants to lift, it turns my stomach. This bike doesn't have that sensation. It's not fast enough to do that. But it can also just be that I'm used to the speed. You know what I mean? So maybe when you get onto it, it's gonna be proper fast. But like for me, it's not that. It's not slow at all. I could put a clip of this thing. It goes. It's not slow. Like, if you look at the speedo, it's not slow. But the actual feeling, it doesn't. You get used to it quite fast. But you don't really ever get properly used to a fast 1000. For instance, I think you can start on this bike because it won't just like power wheelie. Like if I put it in second gear, so let's say you're stupid and you drop the clutch, it's not just gonna lift up. So it can, if you want to make it wheelie, it will wheelie, but you're not gonna like lift it up on accident, if that makes sense. Like in first gear maybe, but second gear and those gears, it's possible to do a wheelie in second gear with the clutch up, but I mean like on accident, if you're a new rider and you shift crap or whatever, it's not going to pop a wheelie by itself. And even power wheelies, again, they're possible in first gear, but I mean, how many new riders are going to open the bike in first gear? That's just stupid. So I think as a newbie, you can ride this bike. It's just, I don't know, it's a bike you don't have to worry too much about. They are really reliable. I mean, I've got 74,000 kilometers on this thing, almost 75,000 Ks, riding strong. That said, we did go through a bit of problems with the electrical. We burned through starter relays like there's no tomorrow. I think we burned through 6 of them. And every time you would just be like, just happy with the bike. And then you go out, have a bit of fun, and then come back, murtu. Then that thing's burned completely. Like almost on fire burnt. And then we later found out it was the volt, the regulator. So as soon as you get into the higher RPM, it would overcharge and it would burn out the relays. So I don't know if that's a CBR thing or it's this bike, but that's something we went through, and it wasn't fun because it just kept on doing it. Another thing is the timing chain tensioner. If you buy a CBR600, chances are if it doesn't make a noise yet, it's gonna make one soon, so you have to fix it. But I mean, other than that, this is a great bike. Like I said, it weighs nothing. Listen how easily it goes to the gears. It's just crisp, smooth. The power, there's not torque, but like this, it's like good power. It's not bad at all, and the brakes aren't bad either. If I'm honest, that's what I mean with this bike. It's just so confidence inspiring. Like, you've got good brakes, you've got a decent suspension, it weighs nothing, it's not scary powerful. It's a great balance. That shake, I don't like that though. Yeah, so from this, let's go to 5 things I hate and 5 things I love about this motorcycle. Yeah, alright, cheerio! Okay, so 5 things I hate about this bike. Now, sorry that this is all captured through the GoPro. I've got the helmet on and everything. I just thought this would be easier. Anyways, so this is like a point of view review. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Okay, so 5 things I hate about this motorcycle. Number 1. Okay, first thing I hate are these mirror design with the Allen bolts here. Okay, the reason why is every time somebody bumps it or whatever, this gets looser and looser. And more than once, I've been on this motorcycle, and then this thing gets so loose that it just like flaps around. You know how stupid it sounds. Oh shit. how stupid it looks when this thing flaps around while you're riding on the road. And then you don't have an Allen bolt, so you have to go all the way back home, or you have to take the mirror off completely, put it in your backpack, just so it stops flopping around. That's annoying as balls. The next thing I really dislike about this motorcycle is the alarm system. The thing you just heard. It's just stupid. I never use it. Look, I do use it, but like it's so annoying. It drains the battery faster. It makes a shit noise. It's just not a lot of fun. I don't like that. That's crap. Another thing I hate about this bike, but this is just subject to me because I'm a short ass. Okay, so if you're tall, it won't bother you. But the ride height on this bike is quite high. I'll put on the screen, I'll put the actual ride height. But like for me, let me just show you when I get on it. Okay. I can't sit on this thing with my feet flat. Like, let's say I park on an uphill. Look at my tippy toes. I don't know if you can see it, but it's really not great. So let's say I park somewhere where the back end is high. I have to turn the bike around because I can't push it back because I'm on my tippy toes. That's not ideal. But I mean, that's again, I'm short ass. I'm 1.7 meters tall, so I'm not very tall, and I don't have very long legs. And that's not a problem for everybody, that's just a problem for me. But for me personally, I don't like how high it is. I would just like it to be a little bit taller, like maybe 2 centimeters, not taller, shorter. Maybe like 2 centimeters or whatever. Next thing that I really dislike is when you've got the number plate on it, which is just off for now. It's going to go back on totally like in a few minutes, I just took it off to wash it. But when it's on here, it looks really crap because there's the exhaust in the way. So you've got the number plate going all the way down here. Doesn't look great. Looks quite shite, if I'm honest. And then the last thing, and this is just if you're used to bigger bikes like I am, it doesn't have a lot of torque. So if you ride and you open it up, you always have to go down 1 or 2 gears at least. Otherwise, this thing is not going to go anywhere, especially at higher speeds. So if let's say you're on the highway, you want to overtake, you have to drop a gear. You can't just open it up and like go past it. So that's 5 things I hate. 5 things I love about this motorcycle. Number 1, it weighs absolutely nothing. It's confidence inspiring, and it can help you to be the best rider you can be, because you can actually like ring it out a bit and stuff like that. Where 1,000 you are limited. That thing's too fast for the road. This thing you can ride properly fast on it. It's more than fast enough for what you need on the street. You don't need anything faster than this. It's light, it's confidence inspiring. This is a great daily bike for the road. I even think it's a great track bike because, I don't know, for me personally, I don't think I'm a good enough rider to need anything more than this. Another thing I love, that center exhaust. Yes, it makes a number plate look crap, but without a number plate, look how sexy that looks. That's just beautiful. Look at it. Sorry, it's a bit dirty. It's been raining a lot, so every time I ride the bike, it's full of yuckiness. Okay, and there's another thing that's really quite cool about this bike. So everything is plastic. This is all fairing. All of this bike is fairing, which means this is also just fairing. So if you buy new fairing, you don't have to spray the tank. You just get the new fairing that goes over the tank, which means, let's say I'm tired of this red bike and I want to make it, I don't know, grey. Part of the fairing kit will have a tank, which means the whole bike will look brand new. So that's quite cool, because with most bikes, I don't know if you know, if you change this, you have to spray this, and sometimes you even have to spray this. But all of this crap is plastic, and it can change with the fairing. Another cool thing about this bike is because it's so light, it's really easy to maneuver at low speeds. So through traffic and that, it's easy. You never feel like, oh shit, this thing's going to fall over. It doesn't weigh enough to make you scared. So at low speeds, it's really nice. Even if you're in a parking lot and you want to quickly turn it around, you can literally just get off the bike and like pull it around, or you can twist it on the stand. It's really just so easy. And then the last thing I love about this bike is it's got a fuel gauge, and like you can see, it's got a lot of fuel in it as well. Okay, so I've got to go put in some petrol. But you see, now I know. So that's a quite cool thing. Yes, that alarm is annoying. Oh shit, my gloves. Alright, but that's 5 things I love about this motorcycle. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. This is my review. I think it's an awesome bike. It's just a little down on torque, but other than that, I'll give it a solid 7.9 out of 10. Yeah, I think this is the first thing I've reviewed that I actually gave a rating out of 10. The BMW, that's a 10 out of 10. It almost never works, but I don't care. I love that car. Yeah,